Good morning, guys. It's Paula, and I hope you are doing well. Today is New Year's Eve, so I hope you guys all have a wonderful and safe New Year's. It is such an exciting day for starting fresh, for making plans, for looking ahead. So I hope that the plans you make will help make your life better in some way, shape, or form. 2018 was an amazing year for me, more so than anything because I started this YouTube channel, and I'm so glad I did because I had wanted to do it for so long, about 10 years, and I never had the guts to do it. So accomplishing this goal was huge as far as achieving some goals that I had made for myself time and time again, like not just once, but many times over a decade, and never followed through on, but I finally did this year, so that was huge. Today is going to be my finale for my Pan That palette of 2018. I have been working on my Pure Go Nude palette for the entire year. This was a Pantastic Ladies collaboration project. The Pantastic Ladies decided to create a Pan That palette theme for the start of 2018, and the theme was Let's Get Naked. And the reason for that is because a lot of the Pantastic Ladies were going to pan an Urban Decay Naked palette, but they decided not to just cut off the project at Urban Decay Naked palettes only. They decided to open it up to any nude palette, any naked dupe palette, or any naked palette. So because I had this ancient palette from Pure, don't even ask me how old it is because I have no idea, but it's old. I've had it for a long time, and it is the Pure Go Nude palette. So I decided to do this so that I could kind of keep with the theme of the Pantastic Ladies collaboration group. I've also been panning a Baby Pan That palette. This is a project that was started with a couple of friends on Instagram and has just kept going and going because I am addicted to using up these small palettes. I completely panned a quad a few months ago and rolled in this Lancome Duo to work on. Unfortunately, it's kind of been on the back burner. I think I used this 3 times during the month, which isn't a lot, but I'm gonna show you where I'm at today. There's no dips or anything. At some point I will start including like a little montage of my progress or show you where I was from month to month, but there's just nothing to really show. I think I only used it 3 times. I did find a look that I really like that incorporates this, so hopefully in the coming months I will be able to do that look more consistently and make some good progress on this. There's also going to be some changes to this little palette after today that I'm going to talk about in a minute. Okay, now let's move on to my Pure Go Nude palette. I'm going to show you a little clip of where I was last month. And here's where I am now. So after 12 months of use, I still have a lot of product left, you guys. Oh boy. It is what it is. I have been using this as kind of an all-over bronzer. This has been my blush that I have used every single day for the entire year. I use this every single day. Like with the eyeshadows, I can tell myself like, well, you know, you didn't use this 7 days a week. You sometimes cheated when you used other eyeshadows, but this is the only blush I used all year long, and it still looks like this. I did also use this many times as a eyeshadow, like I have it on today, but still, it is still here. This vanilla shade is not original to the palette. I moved it into this palette sometime during the year and have been using it as a brow bone highlight, and it was just convenient to have it in here where I was using the palette every day. This bronze shade is actually on my lid today, but I have an Urban Decay Moon Dust on top of it, so it kind of distorted the color a little bit. But I have used this many times throughout the year, and it's still about a third left. This eyeshadow got the least amount of love during the year, but recently I have fallen in love with it as an eyebrow product, and I use it every single day. Like, I cannot stop using this at all. And then this kind of glittery brown shadow was mostly used as kind of a shade to deepen up the outer V or the outer corner of my eyelid, and a few times as an all over eyelid shade. So it did get a lot of use, but it is really hard to finish all these brown shades, especially since there was a brown shadow in the baby pan, that palette I was working on as well for the first part of the year. So yeah, not gonna lie, I'm torn. There is part of me that just wants to keep going on this until it's completely gone. Like, it's really hard to imagine putting this down completely. And yet, I've already picked out my Pan That palette for 2019, and I'm really excited about getting started on that. And I really need to hit the ground running because there's a lot of shadows in that palette. So, as hard as it is going to be to put this down, it is time. The first thing that I realized about this palette is that regardless of all of these shades right here, this is an excellent eyeshadow powder, and I would really like to keep using it tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and every day after that as an eyebrow powder until this is gone. I would really, really, really like to keep going with this palette and move this one shadow out. The other thing that I've been thinking about a lot over this month is that this powder can still be used every day without it impacting my Pan That palette for next year, because I'm already using a matte bronzer every day, and then I just kind of lightly dust this on top of where I put my matte bronzer, and I can keep doing that starting tomorrow as well. So I have already decided that I am going to keep working on these two shades, even though this project has ended. I also had an excellent suggestion from somebody in my 11th month update last month that I should depot the two shadows from my Baby Pan That palette and put them in these two empty spots right here to keep everything in one place. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know, I knew I wouldn't do it before today anyways, because I wanted to just keep this as is between the time she made that recommendation and the finale. I'm gonna include her name in here because I looked it up before filming this video and I thought I had committed it to memory, but it's already flown away. So I'm gonna put her name down here because I wanna thank you for giving me these suggestions. You guys always have such good suggestions. Anyways, now that this project is over and I'm still going to be working on this duo, I'm still going to be working on this shadow, and I'm still going to be working on this shadow every day, I have decided to depot this duo into these two pans right here. The other reason I decided to do that is that I'm having some issues with quality of these shadows, and I'm hoping that by repressing them, they might kind of come to life again. This purpley shadow right here almost has like hard pan on it. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? It's starting to get hard pan already. And I can't put up with hard pan. And then this shadow right here just isn't very pigmented. It doesn't even show up really when I put it on my eyes. So I've decided that I'm gonna repress them into that palette to have one less thing like bouncing around on my bathroom counter, and hopefully revive these a little bit more so that I can really enjoy them while I'm using them. So I am gonna do that right now as soon as I'm done filming. I will insert a clip of what the palette looks like when I've finished doing that so that you could see. And because this duo is still my Baby Pan That palette and I need to keep doing updates on it, you will continue to see what progress I make on this for the shadows that I continue to work on. So hopefully within the next month or two, this one will be completely gone, and I will continue to expand the pan on this one right here. if you recall from last month, there was just like the tiniest bit of pan showing, and I basically dug straight down to find that pan and get there. But throughout this past month, I was really working on kind of the surrounding shadow to kind of make the overall dip larger, and it really did get a lot larger. Like, I was kind of amazed by how much progress I made in just a month from using this on my eyebrows. So yes, that is the plan. Even though this will not be the main focus for 2019, it's not going anywhere. There's just a couple of things that I need to kind of see through, namely this guy and this brow powder. And hopefully I'll make a little bit of progress on the remaining 4 products, but the truth is I don't plan to, because I really need to hit the ground running with my Pan That Palette 2019. My Pan That Palette 2019 introduction video will be up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to start talking about it and working on it and getting going, because I'm just so excited to start January 1st off with a brand new Pan That Palette, a brand new old Pan That Palette, and to start making progress on a different group of eyeshadows that have been kind of waiting in the wings in my makeup stash over the last year or so. So yes, very exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this series throughout the year. I wish it was a completely finished palette, but I did wear makeup a ton during the year, and whether I used these eyeshadows or other eyeshadows, I feel like I made a lot of progress on my makeup use up during the year. Okay guys, repressing is done, and here is what my baby Pan That palette looks like now. And here is what my Pan That Palette 2018 looks like now. So these are still damp. They'll need to dry before I can really test them out and see if the quality improved. But I'm really happy to have them in here. It feels great to have those spaces filled again. And yeah, that's what it looks like. I had to show you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.